We're diving into a head-to-head comparison of two incredible center console boats. We'll be examining everything from their performance on the water to their design, features, and overall value. Whether you're a seasoned boater or new to the world of center consoles, this showdown might help you choose your next boat. Stick around as we explore the pros and cons of each model and help us choose which one comes out on top.
We're at the SoFlo Boat Show, and we are looking at the best semi-custom center consoles at the show, and we have a really nice boat for you guys today. This is a manufacturer here in Miami, local guys, really good guys. We're going to check them out today. We're going to be comparing these boats head to head. So we're going to be comparing cost, hull style, the customizations of the boat, and you guys are going to help us decide which one is the best deal. So let's get into it. And here we have the Orion 29, which is the first boat we're going to be looking at. And right off the bat, I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. White on white color, and if you take a look at this hull design, this looks like your traditional tried and true Formula 233 hull. So you know that you're going to get a phenomenal ride. Here you see this beautiful center console hardtop that goes into the leaning post up here. You have the second station up top by Twin Suzuki 300. So we're going to go up there now. It is a bracketed boat, so we're going to show you that in a second. We were talking to Brian, which is one of the partners of the company. He was telling us that this non-skid actually comes into the hull. Back here you have a huge live well with tension hinges. Yeah, this boat is so fresh it still smells like resin.
That's the smell we're used to.
Yeah, the smell I'm used to. This is a huge live well. And obviously this is a complete fishing boat. Like, this is a fishing machine.
Really nice edge door there.
The edge door here is very nice. I'm sure that you could even probably set up a stand back here, so if you wanted to sit. There's a backrest.
Yeah. You probably could. Like you said, it's semi-customizable, so there probably are a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot of options for that. You got JL audio speakers, stainless steel scuppers back here, and I don't know if you can see this, but you see this? So you have the drain, and over here you have these two holes. And I suspect these are the little details that you get in these custom boats. And I suspect those are the drains from the actual compartments. And we'll see that in a second because we're going to look into the builds right now. Alright, so let's take a look at the bilge. You have a washdown pump, you have your Suzuki fuel filters, a macerator pump, you have your two bilge pumps back there, another macerator pump, you have live well pumps. Everything's top notch in here. Everything looks organized, nice and neat and organized. And remember I was saying about these little holes? See that?
Yeah, drain holes into the floor.
Yeah, so the drains, this drains into the drains over here in the corner. This little touch back here. It's really nice. Yeah, this looks like a nice roll-out cooler. Oh, that's cool. Nice, it gets it out the way, you know what I mean? Access to that. Back in there. And then you have this huge access, so it's like a big rigging station. Great. So you can sit here and rig your baits. You know? Perfect. Keep all your things in here. Meter and all those things. And then up here you have a combination of rod holders and cup holders, which is pretty convenient. So if you're a sandbar day, put your drinks up here. If you're fishing, you put your rods. Really nice heavy duty T-top with really nice ram rails. These are Limitless lights. And you got how many rod holders? So you have rod holders here on the middle. You have 1, 2, 3.
They go all the way forward.
6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 18 rod holders. So before we move forward to the helm, let's look at these. Got your fish boxes, and again,
Wow.
all this drains back towards the drain. So tails over a nice finished fish box. So it's not bare fiberglass. It's gel coated and polished. You can see the shine off of this thing, and this is again another nice touch up here. Solid, heavy door. Store all your fish, and this is going to be another fish box over here as well. another finished fish box. And you have macerator pumps, so you can pump out all the sludge, all the crap, all the fish guts out of here.
That's smart.
Yep. Very nice. All right, let's move up to the helm. All right, so let's look at the upholstery real quick. This upholstery is top notch. I love this design.
That's beautiful.
Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Put these up. Drive over here. The gauges. A flat screen TV. Yeah, so you have your flat screen. This is a Simrad. I don't even know what that is. I think that's like a, I don't know, 24 inch or something. It's huge. Look how cool this is, right? All the buttons.
Them down the side. It's very cool.
Super slick. Look at that.
Yeah.
Extremely nice touch. JO Audio, Suzuki, Lenco trim tabs. Here you have, I think this is for Fusion. Oh, so this is your Simrad. I think that's the radar. You have your radio. Yeah, more cup holders up here. And then you have the station up there that you can drive from. With a really cool, look at this. That is sweet. That's so smart. Because usually a lot of companies, what they do is they'll put a little flap of fabric.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah, and
That's
then it's
it?
like, yeah, a little flap of fabric or something like that. So, or they leave it open. So this is great. Because you can,
Listen, when you have bad rains here,
Yeah.
you need to be able to close
need to be
that,
able to
or you're
close
going
it.
to get beaten by the rains.
the eyes and glass. You have an eyes and glass setup so you wings out of your face. And then on the port and starboard side, that's a cool idea for the hose wash down.
yeah.
So you can wash down.
That's
One's probably
neat.
fresh water, and one's probably fresh water, and one is probably raw water.
Very cool. So this eyes and glass is so well done.
Yeah.
I thought it was glass
Yeah.
until you just pointed it out.
Yeah.
It's so clear and it's just so nicely finished and sewn that it looks like actual glass.
The bottom of the T-top too. This is a everything's finished. There's nothing that's not molded.
There's no raw edges.
No raw edges.
Everything is just
Everything
really
is
well
finished.
done.
So yeah, we have the other either raw or fresh water.
Nice.
And let's go look in the center console. We'll take a look at the wiring and stuff like that. I like to take a look at the wiring and see how everything's done. That really says a lot about the builder when you look at the wiring. All right. So the first thing you notice, at least that I noticed before looking at all this electrical stuff, is that this console is bolted down to the floor, all around. So you have 3 batteries in here. You have your look how organized this is. Like this is electrician's dream.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Like wiring on boats like this is like a work of art, in my
So
opinion.
satisfying.
It's so satisfying. You have a battery charger up there. Up here you have your control. Probably I'm not sure what that is, but you have your JL audio amplifiers over there. You have all your breakers, 50 amp, 40 amp, 100 amp breakers. All your hydraulic and power steering is in here as well. Power steering is down here. I don't know if that's autopilot there, but everything. Look, even the rod holders that are up here, they're plumbed, so they drain. So everything stays dry. This
Wow.
stays nice and dry in here. And all the wiring is so nice and tight. You use good stuff. And again, everything is finished. They even, it's not raw fiberglass in here. Everything's painted and stuff. So, all right, so that's the console. All right, now let's move towards the bow. I'm assuming this is another fish box up here. This is a little fish box. Nice, it's got a nice little hang up here. Nice shocks. Look at that, it's huge. You can put your drinks in there, you can put your fish in there, you can do all types of things. And again, this is a nice touch up here.
A nice upholstery again.
This is super comfortable if you're heading out. You got 6 rod holders on here. I think this is another, yeah, this is a cup holder there. Let's look up here. This is another fish box storage. Again with the drains. These are the little touches. This is what makes the difference. Another fish box storage. There's a ton of storage on this one.
There is.
Yeah, a ton of storage. Alright. And then you have this big one
fish box.
You know what's cool is that when you're in here, you can actually see and everything under here is finished.
Wow, even in there?
Everything's nice and clean. And this boat is not a brand new boat. It's been used, so they've kept it really clean. You can put like 4 Cubans in here.
What did you say, babe? 4 cigars?
Yeah, 4 Cuban cigars in here. I can say that I'm Cuban. Huge fish box. So if you're going to the tuna grounds, you gotta load the boat up with tuna. You got more than enough storage. Put all your bumpers and all your ropes and stuff, and you have plenty of space. So let's move towards the bow. One thing I did notice on this boat is that the freeboard is not very high. It's perfect enough where you're battling fish, and the freeboard is, it's not up to your waist. So that's a preference if you want it higher or lower, but this freeboard seems perfect. And you can fight a fish off of this anywhere up here. There's nothing that's going to get in the way. Yeah, that's a big anchor locker. Look, you can see in here, you have access to your water tank in here. And here's your freshwater pump is in here, and the tank is down there. So you have access to your tank down there. You got a little pop-up cleat up here. Brian mentioned that if you wanted this boat with twin 200s, it's $189, and you add the electronics. So you can spend whatever you want on electronics, but this boat with the twin 200s, you're looking at $189,000. According to the other boats in this class that we've seen, you're looking at 240, 260, 300 plus. So that's what you're looking at, $189,000. We're gonna go over some of the standard specs of this boat. We're looking at an 8.5-foot beam, 24-degree dead rise, and a 29-foot overall. The freeboard, I know I mentioned the freeboard earlier, and it's a 23-inch freeboard, so almost 2 feet. Standard is 220 gallons of fuel. Max horsepower you can put on this boat is 600 horsepower. So if you put twin 300s, you're maxed out for this boat. But with we're gonna go over some of the numbers as far as how this boat rides with twin 200s versus other motors. So twin Suzuki 200s, you're looking at a top speed of 52 miles an hour, a cruise of 33. You get 2.8 miles to the gallon, which is crazy because our boat with the single 250 gets 3.3 and change, 3.2, 3.5 depending on the load, which is crazy. So 2.8 miles to the gallon on this boat with twin 200s. That's super fuel efficient. And you're going 52 miles an hour max speed, cruising at 30 something. Our boat cruises at 28. 30 something cruise is fantastic. You get to the Bahamas in an hour and a half.
This would be a comfortable boat.
This will be a super. Yeah.
Oh man.
This is a super. You put a couple bean bags in the back. You're going to the Bahamas. You're chilling.
And you've got tons of space if you're doing a trip like that. If you need to pack a ton of bags, food, water, whatever you need, you've got so much.
You got tons of storage.
You can make that happen.
You can make it happen. The performance with twin 300 Suzukis, you're looking at a top speed of 65 miles an hour. So you gain about 13 miles an hour top speed. If that's your thing, all right, cool.
Some people want that. Not everybody wants to go that fast.
Some people,
fast for the water,
some people want to go that fast, but that's up to them. You get a cruise of 39 miles an hour, so you go from 33 to 39, so you get a 6 mile an hour jump in cruise. But you get, instead of a 2.8 miles to the gallon, you get a 2.3 miles to the gallon with the twin 300. So that's up to you. If you're looking to spend the extra money in the 300s, you could probably save yourself maybe 15 grand by going with the 200s versus the 300s, and you'll be getting better fuel economy. But if you want that speed, you want those extra miles an hour, you can't go wrong with the Suzuki anyway. So that's what we got for the Orion 29. Let's go on to the next one.
Last show of the day, please direct your attention to the Nautical Ventures Aqua Zone.
All right, we're at our second boat, and this is a Limitless 26. Now, hear me out. I know it's a 29 versus a 26, and there's a difference of 3 feet. It's a non-bracketed boat. It's a Euro-style transom, but this is a lot of boat for 26 feet, and it's pretty comparable to the Orion, just a little bit of a different style.
and we'll talk about the pricing later. It's right around the same, so it's actually a very good head-to-head competition. Both boats are fantastic as far as we know. So
26 and a half.
26 and a half versus
26.6. So
yeah. So it's right there. So you have Mercury 225s. You can power this with twin 250s if you wanted to. You have the option, and it doesn't have to be Mercs. It could be Suzuki. It could be whatever motor you guys want. So off the back here, this is one thing I noticed that I like a lot. These this little ladder. So you're at the sandbar, you're diving. Look at that. That's really sweet.
very cool, very
Now,
smart.
the Orion did have a bracket, which is really comfortable, but this has this Euro transom, so it's kind of like a bracket. Not as much space, but I think it's great. Okay.
That's really neat.
Yeah. And you have a little grab handle to get up from there as well. Okay. Heavy duty pop-up cleats. And let's make our way up. Back here you have that grab handle over here, and then you have a nice wash down. So this is great. If you're coming off of the sandbar, you wash yourself off. Really convenient to have. You have dual live wells in the corner. On both sides, port and starboard side. These are really nice tension hinges. Stay up. Engraved with the Limitless. That's beautiful. And then stepping into the cockpit area. This is a three-piece construction. So you have the deck, you have the cap, and you have the liner. Is what Jose was letting us know, was telling us. Okay, so you have a rear bench seat, and this is really comfortable. And you could put this away, so when you're fishing, this folds up. This folds
Cool.
out of the way, right? Look at that. And that way, you're fishing, fighting a fish. Let's take a look in here. I think this is for the bilge, and we're gonna look in there too, because there's another compartment. Look, let's take a look at this bilge. Okay, what do we got here? We have a huge transducer, live well pumps, a dual bilge pump. You have your macerator pumps. I'm sorry, I have a freshwater pump. I don't see macerator pumps in here. Okay, everything is finished, gel coated. There's no raw fiberglass. Look, again, very comparable to the Orion. All right, this is that nice little details. Everything, all the edges are nice and finished, right? You want to see that.
They have the engraving in places. You don't have to do it in.
Yeah,
here,
you don't
but
have to.
Like, look at that nice little touch, though.
Yep. And then one difference that I see, and we're kind of doing the comparison after we already did the Orion, but it is what it is. You have a sand style non-skid on the floor, and this is a diamond non-skid. So this is in the mold. The Orion has the non-skid that's sand, but that's also done in the mold. So it's two different, it's two different styles. It's up to you. This is not a very aggressive non-skid, but that's all preference. I personally like the sand, but this is very nice too. The only thing with this is if you have some type of damage, it's going to be a bear to try to match up this non-skid. But those are just little things, right? Still nice. So let's look under here, because we didn't get to see that. And I'm curious what's under there. Okay, so there you have more access. Okay, look. So you get even more access up here, and that's for your rod holders that you have. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, your little rod holders that you have there if you needed to get access to the hydraulic steering lines, and even back up in here.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, all this is finished.
Very cool.
Yeah, all that is finished. So
It's so nice to have that access, because you're trying to service things, and if you can't reach those things,
yeah, this little access panel, even though it's a pain to put back on, you want it to. You're only going to be in here unless you're fixing something.
yeah,
So, yeah.
you're not going to be accessing that when you're out on the boat.
Let's leave this down. And this is great. Like if you're diving, or you're just cruising, hanging out the sandbar, or you're cruising, you have somewhere to sit, which is really nice. Over here you have a rollout for the cooler, just like the Orion. And then look over here, you have again another rigging station. Yeah, you have some cup holders. Now the Orion had 18 rod holders, so this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 8, so a little bit less. Not really decked out for as much for fishing. So let's look at the port side. Another really nice finished fish box.
Nice.
Again, with this nice sea deck style material. That material Okay, and then over here, so we got this compartment over here, same thing, a nice finished fish box, and look, all the edges are nice and complete. There's no raw fiberglass. This is top-notch quality. You know, both boats have, you know, the quality is excellent. So
They're
here,
a good pair to match up. They both,
Yeah.
you know, the attention to detail and everything
Yeah,
that you
and-
don't always see. They both have it.
and what Jose was telling us, that this hole is infused, so they're not spraying, you know, chop mat and doing, oh, this is an infused hole, resin infused hole. So a little different than the Orion, this has the channels that go to the drains for drainage. You know, this is just a different style boat.
But that's cool. Same
Yeah, it's
thing.
cool.
Like you're directing water off the
You're
floor.
directing
it's not
water off
laying
the boat,
on
off the
floor.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that you can, you know, get your toes stuck in there and stuff. But that's preference, right? All right, let's move on to the helm. All right, so we're here at the helm again. Beautiful,
Wow.
yeah, really attention to detail. I mean,
look
this
at
is a
this
nice
neat
boat.
shape,
Yeah,
like-
super beautiful.
Cool.
Beautiful texture on these bolster seats. And look, I mean, you're chilling. You're going to the Bahamas. You know, you're
How's
cruising
that,
up here.
comfy?
You get beautiful views up there. This one, so this center console is a little different. There's no isinglass. This is actual glass. Okay, so that's just, you know, that's really clean looking. Right, tilt steering, and we're gonna look in the center console again. A little different. You got the twin Garmins on this one versus the single on the Orion. Jose did tell us that they do everything in-house. Everything that they do is in-house, except for the actual aluminum T-top. Yes, everything else is done in-house. The molds for the T-top, the hard top, everything is done in-house. And again, they're local, right here in Miami. All right, Mercury controls, Mercury gauges, fusion radio, nice bolsters. You know,
Nice.
really nice bolsters.
Is it kind of hitting you on the same spot that the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
boat did?
It's right, you know, right at my knees, you know, so this is perfect for fishing,
Yeah.
finding a fish. Heavy duty, look at these cleats, man. These are huge cleats, heavy duty.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's move into the center console. Okay, so this center console is a little bit smaller. Again, this is a 26.5 foot boat, so it's not as big, but you have your toilet. Okay, this is a really nice finished. It even has a little liner in here. You know, thing for you could put your registration and stuff. You could put that in there. Access to all of your electronics and stuff are in here. Give me 1 second, babe. Okay, you have access here too. See that? So your batteries are in there. Your batteries are in there. All your electronics, the wiring in here looks top notch. You have a battery charger. This boat is decked out.
Nice.
Nice and decked out. You even have more access up here. Damn. So even more access up here, so you can access your Garmins.
Nice.
Yep. This is a sweet boat. It looks like there might have been an option here for a sink or something like that, but they chose not to put it on here. That's okay. We got a nice folding door. I'm not a fan of the folding door. I think they flop all over the place, you know, but whatever. And here we have on the port side another huge fish box, right? And then look at this. You have integrated into the actual console this little, you know, insert here for your subwoofer. That's awesome. So if you notice, the T-top is actually held onto the console. Okay, it's not held onto the floor, which I like because it frees up the space that you walk on, right? Just like the Orion. And I think, let me double check, this is also, according to Jose, this is also bolted to the floor. So this thing is solid as can be. It's not going to move anywhere. You know, one of the things that I like about this three-piece construction boats that have this really nice liner is this right here. You can store all types of things in there. So you could put like your bumpers, your ropes and things, and it has it on both the port and starboard side.
That's
See that here?
nice.
Yeah, it's just, it's really convenient.
Like get your bumpers and ropes out of the way without
Yeah.
like tying up storage
Exactly.
space, you know?
And then over here, which we didn't get to see, you have your water fill on this side. And then over here, you have your washdown. That's nice. And it's, look, nice and molded in. Stays organized in here. It's not going anywhere, and it's not going to move from there. All right. Again, we didn't see this one. There's a big fish box there. We're on a 26.5 foot boat. We're not on that 29, so we don't have as much space. But and there's no storage under here, right? No, there's no storage because I think there's. Let me see. I don't think there's no storage under here.
That might be the console like inside.
Yeah, might be yeah,
storage is
there is, and that's where you get access to your subwoofers because there's subwoofers on both sides. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so grab rails up here with some cup holders.
You've still got a ton of space.
Still a
walk
ton
up
of
to the
space. Yeah,
front.
ton of space. Right. You know, so on this boat you don't have the open bow, okay? Because you have the seating up here. So this can be doubled as, you know, again, your, you know, sandbar style boat. You know, you're chilling, hanging out.
And that's a preference thing.
That's a
Some people
preference,
like
you know?
a huge open floor space to fish. Some
Yeah.
people like having the built-in
Yeah.
seats. You know, that's entirely up to you. Like, what do you like to use your boat for?
And if you check this out, again, this is an addition. You don't have to get it with this because if you can tell, this has been added to this boat. If you look in here, this whole system has been bolted to the actual floor. You see that?
Which is great. That
Which
it's
is
an
great.
option then, I'm
It's an
assuming,
option,
right?
right?
Perfect.
So you have big fish boxes on both the port and starboard side with these really nice bolsters. Again, more storage up here. You can put stuff, you know, if you're hanging out, you put your phones out of the sun. What else? Yeah, let's just double check this one here, make sure this is not some type of live well or something. Look, store your life jackets in there. I like this grab rail. This is really convenient. So
That's
if you're
a
coming
nice
up,
touch.
if you're coming up to the anchor and it's rough, you can hold on to here as you're coming up.
That's pretty.
Yeah. The bolsters with the embroidered Limitless logo, just little touches. You have access to your anchor locker down here, from here, or
On top as well.
yeah, so you have a huge access up here. Yeah, look, you got your windlass, that's priceless.
Cool.
You know, you got your access, your control to your windlass here. This is your security lock there. All of this is molded. This is solid, and this is a full composite boat. Oh, no wood on this boat. No. And again, up here you have your huge pop-up cleats on both sides. Tension hinges on there. This is a really cool boat. And then you have a spotlight up here. Lumitech spotlight. Lumitech courtesy lights. You also have, look, outriggers. Access to your outriggers over here. I like that look, everything's finished on this thing. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Hard top. Look at these molds for the speakers. All custom.
That's cool.
Really, really nice. Custom molded. And look, I didn't see this earlier, but you have another little storage here if you want to stick, you know,
Perfect.
your little things out of the way. So let's go over some of the specs of this boat. So you have 26.5 foot length overall with an 8 foot 6-inch beam. So the beam is roughly the same as the Orion. The Orion was an 8.4. This is an 8.6. So you get just a little bit more. You get a 24-degree dead rise. A very aggressive dead rise. It's a boat that's made for rough seas. Or you're gonna get a good ride.
Perfect, because we've had nothing but rough seas in Miami for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
So you have a fuel capacity of 150 gallons, and you can outfit this boat with whatever motor you wish. Suzuki, Mercury, whatever your preference is.
And same thing you said with the electronics, like
Same
your
thing with
choice.
the electronics,
And
your
there's a lot of
choice of
space for
electronics.
2 large screens, 1 large screen, or whatever your preference is.
Whatever your
there.
preference is, you know. So this boat, as it's equipped with everything that you see here, the fiberglass hardtop, trim tabs, everything that you saw on this boat as you see it, the final price that you have with trailer included is $199,000. $199,000.
And that's your boat show price.
And that's your boat show price. The regular price is $220,000. You're at $21,684 of a boat show discount. So you're right under 200 at 199. The 225 setup, the way the boat is now, it does 54 miles an hour top speed, and you're cruising at 35 miles an hour, and you're burning about 1.3 miles to gallon. So those Mercs like to eat, so yeah, that's what you're looking at. So
both boats. I love both boats.
I love them both.
I really like them both. They're both made locally, which is another thing that we both love.
Super cool.
You know, super nice boats.
The attention to detail throughout.
Attention to
Every
detail
little
on
thing
both
from-
boats have been
yeah.
fantastic compared to some of the other boats that we've seen.
We've seen a lot of
and we've seen a lot of
edges
unfinished
and,
boats.
and
you know?
things that felt more slapped together.
Yeah.
Little features that you pointed out on a lot of them that you don't love, and then we step on these, and it's like every edge is finished.
Yeah.
They went above and beyond,
Yeah.
from upholstery to embroidery to etching the glass, and
Yeah.
it's just everything.
Well, this
it's
is what's-
comfortable and it's beautiful, and you could either be, using this as a sandbar, family friendly, Bahamas running boat, or a full fishing boat. Both of them.
Yeah.
They're very versatile, but very, like a luxury feel too.
Yeah.
So they're really nicely made.
Yeah. You're paying a lot of money for these boats. We've already come to the conclusion that these prices, although they are coming down, some of these aren't coming down. And if you want a boat like this, you're gonna have to pay to play. But if I was to be looking at a boat that was this expensive, I'd better get the finished edges. I'd better get the upholstery that's nicely done, and there's no ugly caulking and things like that, and everything better be in place, because you're talking about the price of a house. It's $200,000.
But both those things aren't standard at that price.
But those
They're
things
not
aren't
standard.
they're not standard at that price, right? As we've seen with many of the shows that we've gone to. Now, one of the things that we love about these Miami boats, and you have so many of these cool boats. So you have Orion, you have Limitless, you have Reef Runner, you have CV, Contender, all these boats that are made here. Man, these guys are like really pumping out solid boats, is what we've noticed. These boats are, good competition between each of them, and they all know each other. They all know, each other in the industry. I think it's great. At the end of the day, the client or the customer gets the best deal out of it, because they're getting the best product when you build that type of competition, especially here in Miami with these boats that are so nicely made. I can't pick a winner, because they're just.
I
So
can't honestly pick a
Yeah.
clear one. There's one that doesn't, there's not one that stands out over the other, because they're both so good.
yeah.
I think we're gonna have to let people in the comments
you guys
hash
think in
it
the
out
comments,
and
You guys
tell
let
us
know
what you think.
You guys let us know which one you like. I would have to say, if you're more into like the hardcore fishing, maybe the Orion is for you. You do also get 2.5 more feet. This one's a little bit more versatile and more all around for different things. But both fantastic boats.
Yeah, maybe people prefer a little bit shorter,
Yeah.
a little easier to trailer. Maybe if you notice those couple extra feet when you're trailering a slightly bigger boat.
So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments which one you guys like, and we'll see you on the next one.
Awesome. Bye, guys.